What's up, guys? Welcome back to Matt DIY. So I'm going to show you today how to summarize your snowblower. It's getting to that season where it's not going to snow anymore, getting ready for spring, getting out that lawnmower, things like that. So we're going to go through 3 simple steps you can do to summarize that snowblower so that it's ready for next season and to keep it running in tip-top shape. Before we do that, guys, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you like these types of videos. Also turn those notifications on so you know when I upload a video, which is about 3 times per week. Without further ado, let's get into this snowblower behind me and let's start the summarization process. Alrighty, folks, so there's 3 things I like to do every season to my snowblower to make sure it's ready for the following year. And this is going to be spring and summertime when I'm storing it away for a long period of time. So 1 has to deal with the fuel, 2 has to deal with just cleaning it up and making sure there's a nice coating on it so that it doesn't rust over summertime. And number 3 is actually going through and potentially doing an oil change, which I'll explain a little bit more about in a little bit here. But first, let's cover the fuel. So the biggest issue with snowblowers, and if you let them sit for a long period of time, is that you're going to have the gas gummed up in there, and it's not going to run right the next season when you go out and try to use it. So there's 2 things that you need to do to keep this from happening. Number 1 is actually, during the winter season, is just use ethanol-free gas. You can find it around you at local gas stations that sell ethanol-free gas. Just look it up online. You'll be able to find locations that actually have it. And I actually recommend doing this for all your small engines to keep them running in tip-top shape and how they should be, especially if they're carbureted like this. So make sure you're using ethanol-free gas, but also make sure at the end of the season when you're done using it, you drain the gas. Now, when you use ethanol-free, it's going to be less likely to break down anyways, so you might be able to get through the year without actually draining it. But my recommendation would be to go ahead and drain the ethanol-free gas anyway. Just drain everything out of it, and then we're actually going to run the snowblower a little bit after draining it, just to get all the residual out of there and go from there. So first thing you're going to do is locate the carburetor, which on mine is going to be right here. And we're actually going to take that loose and drain the gas out of the carburetor and out of the fuel tank. And it's just going to keep draining until there's nothing left. Alrighty, folks, so the drain plug on my carburetor is actually right here. So we're going to go ahead and take a 10mm and just drain it out. Most carburetors will have a drain plug on them. Just going to back that out. And you can see it's already leaking fuel. And I'm just going to take it out the rest of the way. And just let that drain. You can also take the cap off the gas tank. It'll help it drain a little bit faster for you to get all that fuel out of the tank. And this may take a little bit depending on how much fuel you have in there. You can speed up the process by actually just taking the main fuel line off and draining it from the fuel line. But because mine has all this stuff on it and it's hard to get to the carburetor, I'm just going to drain it by this method and just use my patience. Okay, so once you drain all the gas, just go ahead and pull it, start it a few times, and just make sure that none of that gas is left when it stops running. Or in my case, you drain it so good that there's not even enough gas left in there to start it up, and you're good to go. Alright guys, so step number 2 is just rust prevention. So this is just going over the entire snowblower with something like a WD-40 or some kind of rust preventative. Just over all the joints and metals just to make sure that it's not going to rust while it's sitting over summertime. Okay folks, the 3rd step of summarizing your snowblower is going to be to change the oil. So you can see here on mine, I've actually got a drain plug right here, fill plug here, and also a dipstick fill plug here. Now this is the step that I call the optional 3rd step, because personally I like to change my oil in the fall, right before winter starts. That way I got fresh oil and lubrication before winter is starting. But you can also do it at the end of the year in springtime before you store it, and the fresh oil will keep it nice in there and ready for next winter as well. But personally, I like to wait until next fall. But if you were going to drain the oil, just go ahead and drain it right here with the drain plug. Open it up at the fill plug to let air in and let the oil come out faster. Put your drain plug back in, and then your average snowblower engine is going to take 1 to 2 quarts. Just look up your make and model online, find out how much yours takes, and you will be good to go. Thanks for watching the tips and tricks there to summarize your snowblower. If you do these 3 things, or at least 2 out of the 3, your snowblower will be ready to go for next season. You won't have any issues at all. And like I said, that main issue is just draining the gas. If you drain the gas, and this goes for any small engines that are going to be stored for a long period of time, you will be good to go, and they will start up for you. No issues next time when you go to use them. So if this video helped you out, be sure to like it down below. I'd really appreciate it. Drop a comment. Let me know what you thought. And until next time, guys, always get out there, do it yourself.